You belong somewhere. You come from somewhere. National is an abstract thing. It's an idea. So there is nothing like you can chase politics and presidential politics from a delusional thing. There is nothing called national. Nothing.
Hello, my name is Pendo Setim, and this is the Political Oracle, a segment of the Talk Chat podcast. And as usual, I'm with Dr. Michael Ndonye to discuss issue presidential politics. Karibu sana daktari.
Asante Pendo.
Kwaje leo?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also fine.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear what you have for us today.
Yeah, thank you, Daktari. Today, I want us to talk about the issue of tribal politics versus the Gen Z issue-driven type of leadership.
Okay.
So, time and again in this podcast, you've mentioned that any presidential candidate, if he wants to become president, he needs to have votes from
the grassroots.
Yeah, from the grassroots.
Yeah.
And also, you've also mentioned again that for someone to win the elections, he has to gain votes from the Gen Z or the youth, who are the largest in the country. So there's that dilemma. So that is what we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
Having that in mind, what role do traditional ways of voting, how can they influence the 2027 elections?
Thank you, Pendo, for that question. We are looking at what we call the ethnic demarcation of this country when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
And how that influences voter behavior and voter outcome. I think it is something that we just started talking about after 2022.
Yeah.
In fact, it is not a new conversation. Right from 2013, politicians have always expressed the desire for us to move away from ethnic politics. And that was going back to 2007 and what happened in 2007. It was seen that ethnicity had a big role in contributing to that violence. And one of the calls by those people who were trying to bring Kenya together was that, is it possible for Kenyans to move from ethnic-based and tribal-based politics?
Yeah.
So in 2013, we were singing the same song. In 2017, we were singing the same song. In 2022, the same song. We will sing the same song in 2027. It is not easy to get away from a culture unless you get away with a generation that birthed that culture. We are still being led by people whose foundation is ethnicity and tribalism. And that is where regions comes in. Because around 2002, we moved away from the tribal-based to region-based, which was also constituted of tribes, such that we stopped talking about the Luo. We started talking about the Luo Nyanza. You are getting?
Yeah.
So we started viewing leaders from their region, not from their tribes, although the regions are constituted of tribes. For example, we would talk about Ukambani. Now, that has not changed. We used to talk about the Luo Nyanza. Now, we no longer talk about Luo Nyanza. We talk about Nyanza, which constitutes Luo and Kisii. We talk of Western, which is largely constituted of Luya. And also, we extend even that Western to part of Mount Kenya, like Trans Nzoia. We usually say Trans Nzoia, which is in Rift Valley, is part of the Luya nation. So there is going to be a shift in the mind. But when it comes to voter behavior, we are not going to leave tribal, ethnic-based politics very soon. It's a good conversation. We are moving slowly towards the end of ethnicity and tribalism, but it is not going to take just another day and a night. It is going to take time until this generation, especially the boomers and the X's, are out of politics. And that calls for 100 years.
For that to change.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also now back to the times you're saying that they need to get the votes from the youth.
Yeah.
So how will that situation play out?
We are also deluded that our young people, specifically the Gen Zs, are tribalists.
Yeah.
They are not. They are not tribalists. They belong to a different community. We should not confuse communities and tribes. You know, Gen Zs are children of millennials. 75% of Gen Zs are children of millennials, right?
Yeah.
Millennials were actually recruited into ethnicity long time ago.
Yeah.
So immediately a Gen Z is up, they know where they come from. I can tell you, if you go to Gen Zs who come from Luo Nyanza, they know their kingpin is Raila Odinga. There is no way you can confuse them. Those who come from Mukambani, they know. And a very few population, especially those who are born and they live in urban areas. Those are the ones who they say, no, I don't care about my tribe. But the fact that they don't care about the tribe does not mean they will not vote alongside the tribe.
Okay.
Those are two different things. So when they say they are tribeless, it is not necessarily true, and it is not going to be true very soon. We are going to wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daktari. And you've also raised an issue of kingpinship.
Yeah.
The people who are coming from these voter blocks. For example, we have Mount Kenya region.
Yeah.
We have the Rift Valley region and the Ukambani.
Yeah.
So what roles have they been playing over the years in influencing the elections?
Of course, those regions were created in the old order or the old constitution, where we had provinces, and we had also now those provinces were regions. So there was the coast region, the eastern region, the central region, the Nairobi
region,
the western
region,
the Rift Valley
region,
and Nyanza. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there are those we call frontier counties, like northeastern. Okay.
Yeah.
And then those regions were also moved and set in motion politically, depending on the person who was seen to be the most powerful person in those areas, specifically the PC, the provincial commissioner, the district commissioners, or the district officers, they used to be called DOs. So that was the kind of mobilization that was happening. But also, those were administrative mobilizations.
Okay.
There were also political mobilizations alongside those. So such that in Nyanza region, we had someone like Oginga Odinga. When you go to coast, we had the likes of Nasir. You go to Kambani, we had someone like Mulu Mutisia. You come to Nairobi, and I can shock you, Nairobi was Kibaki's region.
Okay.
Yes,
didn't know that.
Kibaki never used to win elections he never used to get any vote from Central. He used to get votes in Nairobi.
Okay.
So that was his region. You go to Western, you will find now the Mudavadi dynasties, his father, and of course other people. So in every region, there was a political kingpin and there was an administrative mobilizer. When we revised the constitution in 2010, now we created counties. Those counties were not created very differently from those regions. And in our political analysis, we still go back, number one, to the regions, number two, to what we call the nations. The nations are basically the tribes. That's why you hear the 𝐂𝐚𝐧'𝐭 nation. We are not referring to 𝐂𝐚𝐧'𝐭 region. We are referring to 𝐂𝐚𝐧'𝐭 as a tribe, the nation, the Luya nation, the Luo nation, the Kamba nation. You know, those nations are just tribes.
Okay.
So to move away from those regions, and at the same time, voting blocks are designed in that kind of order. Let me tell you why it is hard to kill the ethnic-based, region-based voting.
Why?
We have not dissolved our regions.
We are still...
Someone who is to vote in Western is registered to vote in Western. When they go to Western to vote, they will be told whom to vote. If you are in Nairobi and you don't want to vote in Nairobi, you drive or you fly to Nyanza. When you go to Nyanza, you are going to elect Nyanza leaders. Are they going to be lawyers?
No.
In Nyanza? If you go to coast to vote from there. You tell me that you are going to find Kikuyus there? No.
Hardly. Yeah.
So even by the structures of our voting blocks, they are still regional, they are still ethnic, they are still tribal. It is hard to dissolve that. It will take over 100 years to move away from that. And let me tell you, even in what we call mature democracies like the United States, they may not have tribes, but they vote along the races. So the problem of Kenya, for example, is tribalism. But if you go to the United States, it's racism. And you also move to another region, you realize their issue is not even tribalism and racism. They have some other divisions.
Others are class.
Like gender issues, the class. You know, it is very hard to remove human beings from constituencies that they belong to. The conclaves, whether it is gender, whether it is class, whether it is tribal, whether it is what we are calling racism, is very hard. Even the Gen Zs, they are forming a class of their own. Already they are forming a class of their own. So they can vote in that class of their own. But the question is how many are in that particular class. We only saw a few Gen Zs from Nairobi and from urban areas. What about Gen Zs from
the
rural areas? They constitute around 70% of the population. Yeah.
So it means the issue of tribalism is also likely to influence the 2020s.
As at now, the issue of tribalism will still stay. Tribalism, of course, and regionalism. Yeah.
And I remember you've also advised presidential hopefuls like David Maraga to seek the votes from the grassroots.
Yeah.
And recently he responded to the critics saying that he's a national leader and that getting the votes from the grassroots is him being tribal.
That is delusional.
Yeah.
Maybe it can happen in the future, but it is delusional to think that charity does not begin at home. Yeah.
Okay.
If he is a national leader, who is he leading?
Yeah.
Who is he leading in particular? Who is national in Kenya? You belong somewhere. You come from somewhere. So are you national? National is an abstract thing. It's an idea. This thing of a national is an idea. There is nowhere called national. You have to start from somewhere. You will still need to go and mobilize his votes from grassroots. Where is that grassroots?
At home, in Kesi.
Is it in Central?
No.
Even if he goes to Central, he will still go to a village.
Yeah.
He will still go somewhere. So there is nothing like you can chase politics and presidential politics from a delusional thing. There is nothing called national. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Daktari, we've seen the past elections, like for example, the 2022 elections.
Yeah.
These regional blocks largely influenced the election. For example, we saw that Mount Kenya had the highest
number of voters.
Yeah, and now that people are starting to move away from the tribal regional politics, is it still possible for a presidential candidate to win the 2027 elections without gaining votes from the Mount Kenya region?
No. Let me tell you, these countries, since independence, we have had two tribes which are very powerful. When they are together, they give us the presidency. That is the Kikuyu and Kalenjin, whether we like it or not. And also, Kikuyus are powerful because economically, they are powerful. Kalenjin may not be as mighty economically as the Kikuyu. But the strength of Kalenjin is in two ways. One, numbers. Two, one accord and one coordination. Kalenjins do not put their vote outside what they have decided. They vote as a block. They are not like Luyas. Luyas are as many, but Luyas are divided. You can never divide the Kalenjin vote.
And the Kikuyu vote.
You can divide the Kikuyu vote if you are careful, but you need to promise them economic things. The difference in these two economies is this. Kikuyus, their economy is largely cash crop economy. Kikuyus run on a cash crop economy. Kalenjins run on a subsistence economy.
What do you mean by that?
One of them trade in dollar. They trade in export. Others are food baskets. And you understand when I say that, you have ever heard politically Kenyans saying that Rift Valley is a food basket. What it means is that they produce food for the country. So their product is traded in Kenya. For the Kikuyus, their trade is export. They trade in dollar. And that means they are richer
than the Kalenjins.
Not only Kalenjins, but
other tribes.
Yes. Because the central region economy, the Kikuyu economy, is cash crop. They grow coffee, they grow macadamia, they grow crops and flowers they can export and exchange and do their trade in dollar. That means they get more money. The economy from the other parts of the country suffers even internal and external competition. How many times have you heard farmers in Rift Valley complaining that they have thousands of bags of maize and that some people are exporting maize? How many have you heard that Mumia's sugar is packaging sugar which is exported from outside, whereas farmers are suffering that their sugarcane is not being bought? So what we mean is this. We were in politics. The difference between the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu is that, two, because they are unique, when they come together, they actually give us precedent very easy. When they are divided, and I will tell you one time, they were divided in 2007.
That is why it happened, how it happened.
And that is why the votes had to be doctored. But who doctored the votes? I've given you between the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. Who are richer?
The Kikuyus.
The Kikuyus. Who are poorer?
The other tribes.
The Kalenjin. The rich rules over the poor. Okay?
Yeah.
Power goes to the richer.
Okay.
And that is why it happened what it happened in 2007.
Okay.
So if we try to imagine that there can be a time when Kikuyus and Kalenjin are on the opposite sides and they go to the ballot differently, number one, we will be facing some kind of tension in the country. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Daktari. And also, having that in mind, and the Gen Z revolution in mind also, can a leader try to balance having the grassroots votes and aligning with the Gen Z? Is that possible to win the 2027?
In 2027, we already said votes are not won here. They are not won down here.
Okay.
The winner must first of all win from the boardroom. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the boardroom, what is discussed in the boardroom is what you have in your pocket. What is it? How many votes are you bringing
to the table?
Okay?
Yeah.
If you are bringing this number of votes to the table, then you can negotiate. If you have no vote, you are bringing yourself. You will not even enter into that door.
Okay.
To do what?
Okay.
Mukono mutupu wa urambwi. Politicians must understand this because it is deep. That's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daktari. And we've also seen politicians aligning with the Gen Zs. Like, for example, Maraga is saying is the Gen Z president. We've also seen other leaders do the same. Maybe you can highlight for us what messaging a president needs to have to align with them.
You cannot align with Gen Zs. Gen Zs can only align with themselves. As long as we are talking about someone aligning with the Gen Zs, it means he is an outsider in ideology and in their way of doing things.
Okay.
As long as you are an outsider in Gen Z's ideology, you will try to align. But it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Gen Zs will align with their own. Every generation aligns with their own
people.
There is no way you can say you are aligning with them. How are you aligning with them?
Yeah.
How are you a Gen Z? So talk about other things. Of course, it is good to try to bring them on board. But as a presidential candidate, they need to look beyond their lining. They should have programs that attracts Gen Zs.
Which, for example, are which ones?
Have policies that attracts Gen Zs. Promise them what they need what they want. Know their preferences, know their interests, and just promise them that you are going to do this and that to them. They will follow you. So aligning with them should not be something that you are sitting down and coming up with, talking like them, dancing like them. That is not aligning.
Because we've seen some leaders doing that.
Yeah, that's not aligning with Gen Zs. Gen Zs vote will follow. This is a digital generation. Tell them how you are going to incentivize their digital economy so that they benefit, so that they live well, so that they feel safe, understand that Gen Zs are living in a world of information. They have access to information and they have access to freedom of expression. If you deny them that, if you promise them something like that, you will have done better than just aligning. Gen Zs are leaderless. That means they have no leader. Anyone can be their leader, regardless of the age, provided you show to them that you are going to benefit them in the long run, or your government is going to benefit them, is going to make their life easier. Only that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daktari, for your sentiments.
Yep.
We've come to the end of the discussion.
Asante.
Yeah, we've come to the end of the political oracle. Until we meet next time. Bye-bye.